Hello friends, welcome to ASP.NET tutorial. In this sub-series, we are talking about ASP.NET image-based controls, and we are at the second part of the sub-series. And in this video, we will learn how to use the image button control. Like normal button, image button, so that's the ASP.NET control, also used to post data to the server. So simply it will submit the data from form to the web server. In our examples, since we are using ASP.NET, the web server is IIS web server, Internet Information Server. Normal buttons display text like save data, so that will give an indication that the form will be submitted and saved on the server. The image button displays the image. That means in the image itself, you can design in such a way that it will tell some informative text. In the last video, we saw how the image control uses the image URL property. The same way, image button control also uses the image URL property and assigns image to the button. ImageButton's click event handler receives ImageClickEventArgs. So using this event arg, we can know the location of the click. So this argument tells which portion of the button is clicked via X and Y coordinate values. So here if you see, we know that the coordinate x1 and y1, so that is the top left corner, and you can get this from the paintbrush or other image utility. Similarly, we know the other coordinate x2 and y2, so these two coordinates together defines the boundary for the green rectangle. So you can see this entire image as a button. That means this entire width and height all together constitutes the image button, and inside the image button we have a specific portion. So this is the green portion, and we can know x1 y1 and x2 y2. Say for example, if user clicked somewhere here, and let's assume this as x dash, y dash, and we can easily compare this x dash and y dash lies between x1 y1 and x2 y2. So using this conditional check, that means x dash y dash lies between these 2 points, we can say that user clicked inside the green area. The same way we can say user clicked somewhere in the red area. Alright, for that we have to record x1 y1, that means the top left corner and bottom right corner of this red rectangle. Alright, now let's go to the demo and see how image button control works. Now we will go to the solution explorer. We already have a control, and we'll create a new web form. And we will name it as IMG02. In the sample downloadable code, the file may be different, so you can set the file name from the downloadable sample code, or if you are watching the video, pausing it and creating it yourself, then you can supply the name whatever I'm giving here. So IMG02, and we will name it as image button control. and we will create this web form. Now we will move to split view, and inside the div tag we will place a label control. So once I save, you can see the content updated here in the design view. So you can always drag and drop the control. To save time, I am pasting the code from the downloadable code. Right here we are creating the ASP label ID, and text we are giving it as first name. That means you have to drop the ASP.NET label and set its text property to first name. Right? Maybe you can set ID or control name as label 1. Next, we will place a text box control. And here we simply place the text box control, and we set name as txt first name. We'll save the content, and you can see the text box. Next, we provide a sample text called last name. Right, last name followed by a text box, and you can see the name is txt, ID is txt last name. Now we will open the toolbox, and we will hit enter next to the text box, and you can see a new BR tag is added in the source view, and we will place image button control here, and you can see the new control is added, ASP image button ID and run at server. All these attributes are set. Now let's bring up the property window. And we will set the image URL property. Before that, we will go to Solution Explorer, and we have only one image. And if you see, we have a submit button image already designed. You can create your own image. So this is the submit button image designed using the paintbrush. We will copy the content from the Windows Explorer and paste it here in the image folder. Now we have a submit button image with us. So click on the image button, go to property, set the image URL property as a submit button, and click OK here. Now you can see there is a submit button, and if you want to format your control, you can do that. Now let's go to the source view, and before continuing with the next image, we will just run this sample and see how it is working. So here is our image button control, and if you see, once I move the mouse cursor, the cursor changes when it is hovering over the button. The click event will not do anything here. Right, now we will place one more control before the div tag. Here we are placing a label control. So we ran our sample, and now we will put one more BR tag here. There are two BR tags, and here we are adding a label, and we are naming this label as LBL display, and we are setting a font name and text is label initially. in the design you can see label. If you don't want to see this text, you can clear the label text so that it will be displayed at a runtime. Right, now we will handle the click event for this submit button. So inside the handler, if you see, we are taking the text from our first text box and appending that with the content of the second text box, and the formed string is submitted data, and we are giving that to the LBL display, and we are setting the text property at runtime. Right, so we are accessing the text property, right, and the string content we are submitting it to the text property. We will rebuild the solution. Alright, now we will run it. Now when I click it, it will submit the data, and you can see the label is displaying the user entered information. Next, we will have this second image button control, and if I open this with paintbrush, let me resize it so that you can see the top left corner. So look at this location when I place the cursor. So the top left corner is 13.7 and bottom right corner is 49.23. Similarly, for this red swatch, the top left corner is 108.7 and the bottom one is 140.23 pixel. Right, now we will copy this to clipboard and paste it here in the images folder, and we'll go to toolbox and place one more image button control next to the submit button. So here is our image button control, and let's go to property and assign the image URL property to the check click LOC check PNG, and we will click OK here. So that's our second button, and if we go to split view, and if you see both buttons are merging with each other, you can add some more beer tag in between. Save this so you can see the buttons are separated, but that's okay, we will have both together. And we will place one more label control here. We placed one more label control, and we set font property, and we set initial text as 10. So 10, that means 1 0 user clicked once here, and then at 0 they clicked it. So initial text we are displaying it as 10, but if you want to clear it, go to property and clear the text here. We will clear it. So the control name is LBL count, and we go to design, click on this button and handle the click event. This time we will make use of the ImageClickEventArgs. And if you see, this will tell us, this will in the sense here the ImageClickEventArg will tell us the location in which the user clicked the button. So we want to take action when user clicked inside the green or inside the red. So user clicked somewhere else, that means in this orange area, we don't want to take any action. So that's why here if you see e.x, that is coming from this event arc greater than 14, here we are testing that with the image location. We are testing greater than 14, right? And if you look at here, it is 13, right? Look at the x coordinate 13. So that means if user clicks somewhere here, you can see the x coordinate value is 27, right? The same way we are checking e.x coordinate value should be less than 49 towards the right edge. So close it, right? Let me open it. Let it be in open state till we complete the demo. And if you see, this is the other corner of x, right? And you can read the x coordinate value is 49, and we are checking it should be less than 49, greater than 14, less than 49, greater than 14, because at present it is 13, greater than 14 and less than 49. So this is on x coordinate. And y, if you look, greater than 7 and it should be less than 23, right? The same way for red also we are forming the condition, and in the LBL count we append 1 or 0 based on where user clicked, right? And if you see, from the current content we are appending 0 or 1. Now let's run this. We already tested Kapil Raman using the submit button, and here let's state the ID is 11001, right? So here we just used the image button, and if you click somewhere else, nothing happens, right? Once you click inside green or red, you can see a specific action or a ID is formed. Alright, that's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.